Montreal Canadiens looking to sweep Super Bowl weekend at home for the 7th time in franchise history. They were hosting Ottawa. Jonathan Drouin back in the lineup. Left Saturday's game with an upper body injury. 1-0 Sens in the second. Alex Galchenyuk takes a shove from Ryan Dzingel. He goes face first into the post. Galchenyuk did draw a hooking penalty. Ensuing power play. Drouin clipped by an Erik Karlsson high stick, so now it's a double minor. The Habs have a 5-on-3. Max Patches Pacioretty tees up Jeff Petrie, who's having an excellent weekend. Third of the weekend. Beats Mike Condon. The Petrie dish has tied it. 2 minutes later, 5-on-4. Nikita Scherbak to Arturi Lechkonen, who beats Condon to make it 2-1 Montreal. Both goals coming with Karlsson in the box. Just over a minute left in the second. Point shot knocked down. Thomas Plekanec. Nice dish, setting up Lehkonen's second. His first goal since October the 30th. That was also a 2-goal effort. Plekanec has 600 NHL points, 3-1 after 40. And then a tough moment for rookie Thomas Chabot. Gives it away. And Plekanec, first goal in 21 games, just his 5th of the season. Habs sweep Super Bowl weekend.
Raptors kicking off a 4-game homestand, facing the Grizz. DeMar DeRozan
the lead at the end of
beats the buzzer. DeMar finished with just 13 points, but there's a reason for that. Second quarter, Norman Powell steals, makes a tough reverse layup in traffic. Only played 5 minutes due to C.J. Miles being healthy again. DeLon Wright intercepts a pass. Kyle Lowry puts Toronto up 16. He was heading to Minnesota for the Super Bowl after the game, so he wanted to get this one over quick. Memphis cut into the lead in the 4th. Mississauga, Ontario's own Dylan Brooks. This is his first pro game in Canada. Had 50 friends and family there. Said it was a dream come true. Brooks had 12 points. Raps bench outscored the Memphis bench 52-19. The bench played the entire 4th for the Raps. That's why DeMar only had 13 points. Fred VanVleet had 13 points, 8 assists. The Raptors win this game. Mentioned Lowry heading to the Super Bowl. Yeah, when the media arrived in the room, he gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was an Eagles fan. Eagles fans celebrating with some Tim Hortons right now as we speak. It's the Tim Hortons drive-through Super Bowl 52. Tom Brady looking to become the first player in NFL history with 6 Super Bowl rings. It was the Eagles who got off to a hot start. Nick Foles going deep to Alshon Jeffrey for 34 yards. Foles on the receiving end. This was a wild play. They went for it on 4th down, and look what happens. Eagles up 10 at the break. Brady, he caught fire second half. You thought, this is classic Brady. Why did we ever doubt him? Threw 3 touchdowns in the second half. But back came Foles. I mean, Zach Ertz for an 11-yard score. And Philly back in front with 2 minutes to play after a huge strip sack by Brandon Coleman to stop a New England drive. The Eagles held on for their first ever Super Bowl win. Last we checked, Philadelphia as a city is off the map. Foles named Super Bowl MVP. Even though Tom Brady set a new record for passing yards in the game, it was Nick Foles who came in on top. Both QBs throwing for 3 touchdowns, while Nick Foles became the first quarterback in Super Bowl history with a reception touchdown in the Super Bowl. What a story Nick Foles is. There's so many storylines in that game, period.
I just read that the people are running around Philadelphia with pieces of the Ritz-Carlton Hotel awning. So, hey, everything's fine. It's fine.
I saw a video of a car being flipped. It's not good.
Hey, it's a lot of pent-up energy after all those years. Over 1,000 yards of total offense. Absolutely incredible. Super Bowl 52. Then it was like an Arena Football League game.
But with a much, much nicer arena.
He's got to be pretty happy right now, Dan.
Oh, yeah.
Got to be real happy. Hey, let's walk over here to the producer Tim Lounge.
Philly known for their cheesesteaks, but this week we're sponsored by Philly Chili.
Seems weird. Dan, as you know, both coaches dug into their playbook for Super Bowl Lee. First, the Pats. Danny Amendola played quarterback in college, hooking up with Tom Brady, who was wide open and couldn't make the over-the-shoulder catch. Then the Eagles facing 4th and goal at the 1. Trey Burton to Nick Foles. No problem there. For the major score, Doug Peterson, Eagles head coach, called to play the Philly Special. Foles, the first player in NFL history to throw and catch a touchdown in the Super Bowl. He's also your Super Bowl MVP.
That Brady one wasn't as easy as a catch.
That was a tougher catch, for sure. Over the shoulder. You got to feel for the guy. Now, you got to feel for me too, Dan, because last year at the Super Bowl, we, for some inexplicable reason, decided to try to catch water balloons that were thrown down from a crane. Basically, we knew we were about to get fired from Fox, and we wanted to spend as much money, as much Fox money as we could. So we got a crane in, and we were dropping all sorts of things from that crane, including water balloons that couldn't catch.
Pants very wet.
Pants problem.
The Super Bowl 52 halftime show featured Justin Timberlake. 10-time Grammy Award winner paid tribute to Minnesota native Prince. This is how he did it. And yeah, he played all the hits during his last song, Can't Stop the Feeling. I had this kid, he was like, hey, kid, take a picture.
Yeah, get the camera ready.
That's the Troll song. That had Ruby and Sidney O'Toole out of their seats, and Ruby O'Toole proclaimed, I wish it was the Super Bowl every night.
Isabel Onright feels the same way. She was sleeping. She's 2, so if she was up, that would be a bad thing. What are your thoughts on the whole halftime show? Did you like it?
There was audio issues, but they got it right, because we heard rumors there was going to be a Prince hologram. Thank goodness they didn't do that.
Well, TMZ reported that there was going to be a Prince hologram.
Way to go, TMZ.
Here's a lot of people didn't like the Prince stuff at all, right? Even just the video, they didn't like that.
Okay.
Here's my thing, and I'm not a Justin Timberlake fan at all, but what is he supposed to do? You're in Minneapolis for the Super Bowl, like 2 years after Prince dies. If you don't mention him or sing one of his songs, everyone's like, oh, you don't respect Prince? This is his town. If you do it, people are like, oh, Prince wouldn't want you to do that. Like, he couldn't win either way. He could not have won either way. So, whatever.
One of the prop bets was, would Justin Timberlake wear a hat? He didn't wear a hat, so if you guessed hat, you lost that prop bet. There were a lot of prop bets.
Yes. Another one about his shoes, I understand, Dan. His shoe color, third one down there.
Yeah.
He did wear white shoes. So.
Pink sang the anthem. She had the flu, and it went under the allotted time. So
she spat out a throat lozenge before it started. Everyone's like, are you chewing gum for the anthem? It was a throat lozenge.
It's probably a fisherman's friend.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Then you got the coin toss and all that.
We will get back to Minneapolis with our crew for more from Super Bowl 52. That means extra James Duthie. So if you laid that prop bet down, you win.
Let's go back to U.S. Bank Stadium now and rejoin James Duthie.
Thank you. Back in Minneapolis, both quarterbacks were brilliant on this night. The only difference, apparently, Nick Foles has better hands and now has his hands on the Super Bowl and the MVP award. That call, that play, perfectly sums up the way the Eagles played this game. Creative, aggressive, fearless. They knew that was the only way to beat the Patriots, and they were right.
Lots of amazing stuff happening Sunday, including the Battle of Manitoba in the Scotties final. Jennifer Jones going for record-tying 6th championship, taking on the wild card Carrie Anderson Rink. 7th then, all tied at 4. Skip Stones, Anderson's first with the hammer, attempting the double, makes the beauty. Team wild card got a point in the end to lead 5-4. 8th then now. And it's Jones with the hammer. A chance at 2.
Looking for 2.
Vic. Just hearing Vic's voice makes you happy, doesn't it? Short double raise takeout to score the deuce. Team Manitoba up 6-5. 9th then, Anderson with the hammer, facing 3 Jones rocks. Needs to draw to the pin to tie it up.
One more time.
And that is clutch. This match is all tied. Going to the final end. 10th then, Anderson's last without the hammer, facing 2 Yellowstones.
Scotties in-off here to keep themselves going. The in-off to keep themselves going, and they will not. And it's a win for the record books for Jennifer Jones and Manitoba.
Jennifer Jones capturing a record-tying 6th Scotties title, and she also happens to be the reigning Olympic champion because you won in Sochi, so she's basically on top of the world.
That's a Canadian legend right there.
She is incredible, and we got to meet her in Sochi. So nice. Her entire ring, so sweet. Coming up, how big a celebrity would you have to be to get on stage for the Lombardi presentation? And Preds forward Philip Forsberg's been suspended 3 games for his hit on Jimmy Vesey Saturday. The win over the Rangers. No penalty was called on the play. Despite not playing after announcing his return to the club, Mike Fisher took to Twitter and responded to the news, saying this is a joke.
Wow, Fish. Tied. Where did they get that budget?
Man, that Stranger Things guy. Everyone says he looks like me if I gained 50 pounds. Get ready. Next year, that's what I'll look like. Because it's coming.
NBC play-by-play guy Al Michaels joked about not making the cut for the halftime show, but still showed off some of his dance moves. No. See, Chris Collinsworth.
Maybe?
Collinsworth was okay.
Yeah.
But no human dances that way, Al.
Give Al Michaels a chance. He just wants to dance. He's excited about Timberlake. Philly native Kevin Hart was on hand to witness his Eagles win the Super Bowl, Dan. When he got close to the stage, where they were presenting the Lombardi Trophy, security blocked him from getting any closer.
Watch the guy with the ponytail right there with the tie on the steps. He's like, no, specifically pointing at Hart, saying no.
Maybe he didn't recognize him. He hasn't been in that many films over the last few years.
Right.
He's not a very high-profile celebrity right now.
We need to check in the streets of Philadelphia after the game because it was chaos. Fans setting off fireworks.
That is incredible.
Look at that.
Holy.
They were flipping cars. As you mentioned, they tore down the awning at the Ritz-Carlton. So not a busy night for Philadelphia police at all.
Oh, man. I hope everyone's safe. Sincerely, I hope everyone is safe. Dan really did well by betting the over in the Super Bowl, but he lost all of those winnings when he took this ridiculous prop bet that Justin Timberlake would dance on stage with a hologram of Joey Fatone. Dan, what were you thinking?
Joey's still alive.
He is still alive, so it would make no sense. Well, maybe it would make more sense to have him as a hologram, actually.
Could have the slimmed-down version. So I need some scratch. I need to make extra money, get that money back. I'm getting into the app game with you. It's time for the Jay and Dan App Store. These are apps that don't exist, but they sure as heck should.
All right, how about Super Bowl ill? Partied too hard Super Bowl Sunday? Of course, we all did. Then download the Super Bowl ill app. This app will change your caller ID and voice to make it appear like a doctor telling your employer you're too sick to go into work on Monday, when in reality, you're just crazy hungover. Your secret is safe with Super Bowl ill app. And that secret is that you may have a serious drinking problem.
Nick Foles. Now that the NFL season's come to an end, it's time to fold your favorite team jerseys and put them away until next year. Fold them the proper way with step-by-step instructions from Eagles quarterback Nick Foles. Using video tutorials, Nick Foles will show you proper folding technique to ensure your jersey doesn't crease or damage during the offseason.
It's the most practical app we've ever developed. And Superb Owl. Finally, the app for nocturnal bird lovers has arrived. Get the Superb Owl app and match with some of the best-looking owls around you. Swipe right on any of these super sexy owls and get a match. Introduce yourself, and you'll get a response of, whoo, whoo. The Superb Owl app. Please don't sleep with any of the birds. This has been the Jay and Dan App Store. These are apps that don't exist but should.
Still to come. If you thought the Super Bowl was the best trophy awarded Sunday, yeah, you're right. But we have our own hardware to hand out. The Jannies are next.
Very important awards segment on our show called the Jannies, where we award the very best and worst plays. Nothing, really. They don't get a trophy, no financial reward, nothing really. But how about that catch by Alshon Jeffrey? Tied at 3 in the first quarter. Got things going for the Eagles, your Super Bowl lead champions.
Sharks and Canes, Joel Ward, Chance in front. But Cam Ward reaches over. A Ward on Ward larceny.
Thunder lost to the Lakers on Sunday. That's a nice dunk, though, from Russell Westbrook, who had a game-high 36 points. Wow, the Lakers?
Grizz and Raptors, Norm Powell. Comes up with a steal, takes it the other way. Oh, that was nice. A tough left-handed layup. Raptors, they won that game.
Let's get back to the Super Bowl. James White, as you mentioned, Dan, the Super Bowl 51 hero. Should have been down around the 10, gets in for the major score for the New England Patriots, who would go on to eventually lose Super Bowl 52.
Marc Gasol looking for an open teammate. Way up the court instead. Finds Dwayne Casey. Juicy fruit. That's a good gum right there.
Oh, man, I love a juicy fruit. Better is the stick, I think. We all agree, better is the stick.
Give it to me in any form.
The Dan O'Toole Store.
Juicy fruit, you got it in a tube?
Blazers Celts. Al Horford. Game winner.
Give me just a block of it, like a block of cheese, juicy fruit.
Yeah, that would be great if you could just eat juicy fruit for dinner. Would that'd probably be bad for your digestion?
No, it'd be great. That was the best of all those plays. Pretty sure we're going to see that one again at the end of the show.
You're making a prediction.
Prediction. I'm making a prediction.
It's the worst play of the day from Super Bowl 52. I don't know if this is fair. Tom Brady through the fingertips.
Tom Brady not really fleet of foot.
That's a catchable ball for sure, but not the easiest catch.
In New England,
right off, yeah, he's 40.
He looks like a toddler running.
In this case, as you pointed out.
Highlight of the night. Told you you'd see this one again. When I saw this, I said, wow. Nick Foles. No, it was not an illegal formation. Producer Tim is questioning that. Chris Collinsworth explained it on the broadcast because of the way they lined up.
Looks like producer Tim needs to pay a little more close attention to the broadcasters.
We didn't blow it. This is where we point out our errors. You blew it. You know who did blow it?
Yeah, we should definitely bring up the you blew it because James Duthie blew it.
Yeah, James Duthie. If there's a person you never want to sit beside on an airplane, we figured it's James Duthie because of this. How much legroom do you need there, Duthie?
Yeah, honestly, Jesse Palmer is like a 6'4" ex-NFL quarterback, and Duthie's like not letting him have the armrest or any portion of the seat.
Not cool, Duthie.
Why does Duthie need to so much?
Needs to air things out.
Oh.
He's been working all week.
He's been sitting in that dome stadium all night.
It's the first time he's worked for a week straight since
last year's Super Bowl. Oh.
Sorry.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So you're so one of the greatest Super Bowls of all time. Where do you rank that Justin Timberlake performance? One of the greatest of all time.
Out of all the halftime performances I've ever seen, right at the very bottom. I put that right at the bottom.
Did you see the first 5 Super Bowls? They had like marching bands.
Better than Justin Timberlake. Man of the Woods.
Ooh.